Well, hello there, you delicious rapscallions. I hope you're all doing bloody well. My name's Mikey, and welcome along to another episode of Draw With Mikey, episode 90. We're only 10 away, guys, from 100. Wow! Exciting times. Okay, just for me. So basically, for those of you who are new or not in the know, hi. This is the midweek kind of thing that happens on the channel. It's a super casual, spoiler alert, swear word alert, AMA, basically, Ask Me Anything, but a weekly version where I get to interact with you guys a bit more by reading through the comment section. We'll talk about whatever, I don't mind. Seeing what's going on with you guys is part of the fun for me, and it's kind of how we all have this great big catch-up. So if you've got anything to say or want to know, get in the comment section of this video and I might read it next time around. What is going on? Is there any news? Oh yeah, here's some good news. I have a massive cup of coffee. Grab yourself a cup of tea or coffee if you like that at home. In the background on screen, I'm of course doing some artwork, and maybe you guys are cracking on with some work, art or otherwise, in the background yourselves. That is delicious. Let's sip that. So let's just dive straight into the comments. Lexi Cat says, I can't believe you're almost at 300k subs. I remember you at like 800. Lexi Cat, thank you very much. Have you been hanging around on the channel since 800 subs days? That is amazing. You are hardcore. And GamerTC21 says, do more Scared compilations, please. Oh, what? For like the gaming stuff? Yeah, not against that. That's what the second channel's for now, Mega 2, to kind of separate all the gaming from the artwork, because a lot of people enjoy the art but don't really enjoy the gaming, which is totally cool. And there's a smaller group that do enjoy the gaming as well, but that's why I've kind of moved all that content away from the main channel. Currently playing Resident Evil 7 in a world of scary video games. It's fucking terrifying. For those of you who know the game, I've just done like the spider lady bit. It was a fucking horrible experience, but that recording will be up on Mega 2 fairly soon for you to watch if you've missed out joining me live on Twitch. Yeah, when that's what I was getting at. When the video game's done, I'm going to turn it into a compilation, I'm probably sure. So thank you, GamerTC21. We'll crack on. In the background, guys, you're probably noticing that I'm just doing the longer time-lapse version of the last Yoko Littner fan art, because in a previous DWM, you guys had to sit through all of my Yoko fails. Thank you so much. And I finally nailed it. Well, I say nailed it. I finally got it to a point where I was happy to leave it because it's still a little bit rough and unfinished. But whenever I kind of mix something up and get a bit more painterly, I do get a lot of requests from you guys saying, like, do a slow version, show me kind of what you're up to. In terms of me sitting down for a Mikey commentary and talking about the ins and outs of the painting technique, and kind of what I did and didn't do and what I'm thinking about with this art style, that's something that is just a bit more for the patrons on Patreon. I will eventually make a kind of, once I've gotten used to it, a painting tutorial for free on YouTube as well, because I do like to share this knowledge. But at the moment, that's where it's sitting. So right now, what you've got in the background is just a really kind of slow version of that, stretched over roughly an hour for you guys to kind of take in, if you like that kind of thing. Horizon Williams says, hi Mikey. Hello Horizon, I love you and your art. Oh, thank you very much. Me specifically as well, that's so kind. So much. Happy 4th of July. Oh my god, Americans across the globe, wherever you are, happy 4th of July. Way back when it happened, obviously in between the last two DWMs. Well done, guys. Your country kind of left the ownership of my country. So, you know, not sore about it at all. You do your own thing. That's totally cool. And the Asylum Child says, awesome video, Mikey. Thank you. The best thing about being an artist is even when we fail, we still learn. Oh, Asylum Child. Excellent. You're absolutely correct. Best visuals in anime? I have a couple. When Moto Kusanagi's cybernetic body was being built in Ghost in the Shell, and the teeth brushing scene from Nisei Monogatari. Oh, guys, so yeah. Last episode, the question of the day was, or question of a week, because sometimes we ask questions, sometimes we forget, was basically, you guys, please give me your examples of moments in anime where basically, if you took a still shot from a particular moment, it just makes a really beautiful still image. So that's kind of what's going on. A lot of your answers will probably be that. So I'm just going to do a lot of copy pasting, I dare say. Let's grab this answer from Asylum Child and stick it in my notepad file. Thank you very much. GNG128 says, good video, Mikey. Thank you very much, Guguk. And Panda Star says, my favourite anime moment was when, ironically, when Simon and Kamina met Yoko. Oh, right, okay, so that's, you're talking about Tengen Toppaga and Lagan, with the bit where there's like a giant head robot mecha thing that's mostly a face tumbles through the upper layer of their underground world, doesn't it? And then gives them access to the true magic and splendor of the top world. I just had a little visual moment there. I had a pause in what I was saying, because obviously what I was saying was bullshit. But like, there's a bit in Tengen Top and Gurren Lagann when they kind of go to the surface and they go up really, really high. And he's just like, wow, it's a magical moment. And it kind of reminds me of The Matrix. I'm sure The Matrix probably came out first, if I had to guess. When, oh my god, no. Nothing as good as The Matrix. Sorry. Worse than that. I mean, The Matrix Revolutions, or the Reloaded, the third one. You know, where basically they fly the ship super, super high. And they go above the cloud line and it doesn't look like shit. And she's just like, wow. And then obviously they go down and they get fucked. But that's what I was just thinking about when I had a quick pause there. This is the magic, by the way, of the DWM series. It is a one-man ramble show. So, like, we do go off topic quite often. I'm very sorry. The Irrelevant says, I'd pay for some more of these fails. Oh, guys, thank you very much. It looks like... because I'll just put whatever up for visuals in the background in this series. Sometimes it's good. A lot of the times it's not. I don't mind. That's part of the experience of doing art. And I'm not going to pretend that I don't do terrible art quite a lot. But I'm really glad you guys seem to enjoy actually kind of seeing a bit more behind the scenes in my art process, and kind of knowing that sometimes I'll do an artwork and I'll just nail it and I'll be like, yeah, I'm an artist, this is great. Sometimes, more often than not, I'll do like loads and loads of attempts before it feels a bit better. Or like, what's worse if I try to go straight into a piece of artwork but I haven't done a good bit of warm-up of drawing first, and so I go straight into something and it's static and rigid and horrible, and yeah, you know how it goes, guys. You know about the art stuff. So that's reminded me as well, like sorry, I'm thinking about 100 things at once. Let me just sip this coffee. Oh, it feels better already, guys. Okay, so what I quite distinctly want to say is that yes, so what's the question for this week's DWM, you guys? And that question is, and this is a bit of a recap on something we've talked about before, but whilst I'm having a really good run of stealing your excellent ideas, by the way, and all of your examples, basically, who are the hottest women in live action film? Like, it's got to be no like porn movies, thank you very much. It has to be like mainstream cinema. I don't mind if it's new. I don't mind if it's like, oh bloody hell, that was loud. I don't mind if it's really, really old. I'm just going to put my phone on silent because I'm a professional. You wouldn't get someone going onto a radio show with their phone on loud, but there you go. So like we talked about this ages ago, but a super quick recap. I remember being a kid and watching From Dusk Till Dawn, and then Salma Hayek does the Dance of the Snake, and you guys reminded me what her name was. I've forgotten it again, but it's something fucking amazing, like Satanico Pandemonium or something like that. It's fucking cool. And basically, like, I remember watching that and being like, who is this woman? I'm just hitting puberty. I think I'm in love. And then she reinforced it with, like, maybe she was in Desperado, and then she was equally, like, just hot looking in that. So basically, like, maybe they're your crush, maybe there's a story behind it, in which case it's fine, but like, who are the hottest women? Like, even if it's old schoolers, like your own personal favourite from back in the day, who are the hottest women in films? Obviously what movie they're from would be really, really helpful. And yeah, I'm just going to collect a list of that, much like I'm taking your list of favourite anime scenes today. So that's a question. I'll try to remember to include it in the title. Shakwan Snife says, oh, Shakwan, what a name. My favourite visual moments in anime is when a character rages and their surroundings are filled with aura and wings appear majestically. An example of this is High School D Times D, Born, Season 4, Episode 12. Shakwan, that's so good, thank you. Because you've given me like the particular anime episode as well for your example. Perfecto, I'm going to steal that, thank you. Lorenzo Tabar says, my dog died. Oh, fuck. Okay, I'll stop being excited. My dog died yesterday, so I'm not feeling very good. Lorenzo, so by the time you're hearing this, if you are listening, and I'm so sorry to hear that, dude, it's going to be like a week since then. I hope you're feeling a bit better. That shit absolutely sucks. I know the feeling, absolutely 100%. Like, we've had a dog, and then at some point I was just left with the cats, and they all died. Well, actually, no, two of the good ones died within a year of each other. When this was quite a while ago now, I was distraught because they were like these two twins, and we'd had them since I was a kid. These cats were 21 or 22 human years old. I shit you not. And like, one of them was still catching animals. The other one had become a bit more chilled out and a bit more grey, but the other one was still mental. And like when they went, I was just so fucked up. And then there was a third cat, but, it wasn't mine. I didn't really like her. She also died a bit silly. Dude, I'm not making light of it. Dude, I'm sorry to hear it. Anyway, nonetheless. Thanks for sharing, though, dude. Yawan or Jahuan Van Dyke. How you doing, man? I love mostly all of the big emotional artwork, whether it's action or sad or heartwarming events. Either way, you can tell when an artist really puts their soul into it. Yeah, you get these moments, these like money shots in anime or manga. Like that one single really high quality rendering where that all the elements just kind of build up to this moment to tell you something about what's going on with the character. And yeah, if that's more of an emotional moment that you can kind of have conveyed in a look, even if it's just a character looking down and not saying anything, but you get this really big rendered shot of them doing that, then the manga's telling you there's something they're saying by not saying something. If that makes sense, it makes you read into it. And emotional scenes for that really do it for me. I mean, big action fight scenes, sure, give me a 2-page spread of Guts from Berserk slashing the shit out of something and I'm fucking, semi-lob already. But if you can get that in a really emotional moment for character, then that's got the heart and that like really drives you. So I know what you mean, because what Yawan, and I'm sorry if I'm saying this incorrectly, or Jawan is kind of getting at, I think, is that part of what makes a brilliant visual moment in the anime is part of what that relationship is to you. So when I'm asking you for still moments from anime which look fucking great, I want them to look great, but there might be moments for you guys where it's only because you follow the anime or you know what's going on with the characters and all of that's kind of built up for you to then create this powerful moment. Visually, you might have a completely different reaction to an outsider who doesn't know the story as well. An outsider might just think cool, but you might be, looking at it and thinking cool and also crying your eyes out and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll happily hear about all your personal versions as well, but this particular time, I'm dragging out all of your visual skills. Noam Art says, amazing art. Love your tutorials, by the way. They help a lot. You're welcome, dude, and thank you very much, Noam. Some great visual moments are when Deku from Boku no Hero Academia does 100% One for All Smash. I'm still only about 3 or 4 episodes into that. I need to pick that up again. I stopped it so that I could watch a tiny bit of Trigun, and then I stopped that so I could watch a tiny bit of Tengen Topper. Jameson Larson says, do you mean Barney, the old kids show where a bunch of kids use their imagination, air quotes, to bring their half-foot-tall dino dolls to life and they teach them random life lessons? Wait, you talking about Barney the dinosaur? Jameson Larson, I think I know what I was asking last time, and it wasn't Barney the dinosaur. Whatever the answer to my question was, it wasn't Barney. I'm assuming we were talking about, and I just know this because I know myself in popular topics, were we talking about Hook by any chance, when the children have to imagine their dinner? Because, I talk about that a lot. That's probably what I was getting at. That Weird Gamer says, I honestly like a lot of these. Yeah, right. This is the fun of asking you guys for great examples, is that anyone who likes the sound of what I'm stealing from you, well, you're sharing, basically. But basically, for you lot, if you want to go into the comment section of last week's DWM, then yeah, you're probably going to find some sweet examples. No Eleonora Art says, yay, another DWM, hurrah! I love a good DWM to listen to. It's almost like a podcast, but with some cool art progress time-lapse too. No, Eleonora, that's exactly what I'm going for. Thank you so much. And REBD, or Rept, Rock Lee versus Gaara in Naruto. REBD, yeah. Oh my god, there was some great scenes. I mean, because that was back when I was really into Naruto as well, so I know bigger and better stuff's happened since then, but I was probably less interested. But when Rock Lee takes off his training weights, and then he's moving so fast that Gaara can't keep up with him, and only Gaara's natural mother sand defense is stopping Rock Lee from actually being able to hit the physical him. That was great, because visually, you had Rock Lee almost appearing and then disappearing as Gaara's eye line is slowly tracking around to where he's disappearing from. And as he tracks around to where he's disappeared from, then you just see the flash of the attack in his blind spot that's only stopped by the sand. That tells you so much, in visually about what's happening with these two characters. It just tells you this whole story about their relationship to each other as enemies, in terms of a fight, and also their relationship to their own styles, who's relying on what and who's better. It really did really, really well. And later Naruto doesn't have some of that kind of storytelling element inside of what they're doing, but oh my god, was that good. Yeah, good times. Oh my god. Also, I get caught up sometimes in the old sidetracking, so I do have to try to keep on point. Lil Lazy Chip says, Lil, hi. My favourite scene is when Saitama met Genos. Sorry if I'm late, I didn't get the time to comment. Yeah, no worries, dude. And yeah, that's a good one. I don't need to take a note. I know that great scene. Excellent suggestion. Thank you. And Devil Mark says, my favourite is drawing hot chicks. I like Rem and Ram from ReZero. They are hot indeed. Fun Guns Pro X says, Yoko is Yoko Fickner instead of Yoko Littner. Okay, well done. We'll let that one go. I like that. And either the awesome Genos kick in OPM or the explosion screams in Nichio or Nichijo. I don't know about the explosion scream, so I'm going to copy that one. Thank you, dude. Cheers. Nar Fire says, in terms of recent anime, My Hero Academia, All Might's victory pose against All for One, and as for the older stuff, Serial Experiments Lane, as the series progresses, Lane's room starts having more computers and wires, and all his tech has a tech-noir aesthetic. Ooh, Nar Fire, thank you. Merci. That art guy says that show it's called Dinosaurs. I love that show. It's great. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Yeah. Yes. I was asking you guys. Like what? Anyway, the show's called Dinosaurs, and I was trying to remember what it was called, and I was struggling to describe it because it's like live action dinos, and the baby dino was just like this weird pink monstrous thing. But it was like a basically it was like you know how when kangaroos, you know how Australia's weird because it evolved separately, and Australians are lovely, don't get me wrong, but your animal life around there is really weird. And you know how like a kangaroo gives birth to the kangaroo, but it gives birth to the kangaroo like prematurely, so this little kind of, you know, pink blob comes out, and then that blob has to climb all the way around into the sack. Oh God, I don't know about kangaroo biology, but it goes in the pouch, and then it starts suckling, and then it grows up inside the pouch. Basically, that in-between part where it's kind of born but not quite done in the oven yet, that's what the baby dinosaur from the TV show Dinosaurs looked like. It looked like an unborn... No, it looked like a born but not developed version of Jabba the Hutt from Star Wars. But like it was all pink and weird. Anyway, I haven't seen that show for years. That's how I remember it, and that's how it is in my nightmares. Viking Sire says, episode 100 must be a 10-hour special. Viking Sire, I will do you one better, motherfucker. And I mean that in the nicest possible way. Episode 100... I haven't done any testing behind it yet, but my game plan is that episode 100 is going to be a 12-hour long live stream. I'll do more announcing as the weeks count down to it. I don't know how I'm going to make it work, and it might be like a duo live stream, so it'll be live on Twitch and live on YouTube. And if I can't make that work, then maybe we'll just go live on YouTube. But yeah, it's going to be a long one. So what will happen is there'll probably be some drawing and some talking, and then maybe like a tiny break so that I can have like a proper lunch or something, and then some drawing and talking, and then maybe some video games if I don't want to draw anymore. But yeah, we're gonna have a long session. Exciting. Oh wait, I've read that one already. Devin Giles says, please do a speed paint of Mary Rose from Dead or Alive, BlazBlue series characters, and Asuka from Tekken. Devin Giles, thank you for all of the suggestions. Minea Radu says, Jazza is bad, really bad, and always was. Oh, Minea, I don't think so. What do you think's bad about him? I mean, like, there might be bits that could do with a bit of work in his really old stuff, but I think he's quite good. Personally, I'm quite a fan of Jazza. He's really good at making people like want to draw and get encouraged with stuff, which is really important as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, Shinosuke Beximaro says, the bike chase scene from Akira. Oh, Shinosuke, that's bloody good. That's a visual treat. That's a great suggestion. And 0 Hours 17 says, it would take me too damn long to sort through everything in my head to figure out my favourites, so I'm just going to go with the one I loved recently. Well, two. They're from the same fight, Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku versus Jiren. It's a moment where Goku dodges Jiren's punch and has an amazing shot where the glow from Goku's eyes is showing emotion. If you Google the above, you should see it. And the second is spoilery, but it's Goku's final... Oh, fucking hell, let me say this correctly. Goku's final combo attack with Frieza against Jiren. Oh my god. 0 Hours 17. Thank you, let's take all of that. Nice one, dude. Gregory90 says, hello, Mikey. Hello, Gregory. How are you? Not too bad, thank you very much. Just cracking on. basically, you know the score. How are you, dude? These drawings are amazing for failures. Oh, thank you, man. Most recently, an amazing scene is the ending song of Jojo's Bizarre Adventure Season 2 or Part 3 that involves the Oingo Boingo brothers. Even for a show like that, it was crazy. Da 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 da, way oh ba 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 da 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 da, na 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 na, way oh way oh way. Walk like an Egyptian. That is so fucking good. I love that. Like, the moment JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I realised a lot of the characters are named after bands, and as I was watching it, I was like, Speedwagon? That's a fucking weird name for a person, Speedwagon. And then I was like, isn't Speedwagon like an old band or something? And then as the seasons went on, and it had the Pillarmen, and one of the Pillarmen, I mean, they're all named after bands and stuff, or like famous characters, but like one of the Pillarmen is literally just called AC/DC, and I was like, fuck me, I love JoJo. And then like all the music, like they've got Yes, such a fucking, which became a meme in its own right, which I'm going to totally steal for a new intro. Like, it's so good, it's so good. Anyway, the sidetracking's happened again. Anyway, Kaver, or Quiver, Kqver, says, hey Mikey Mega, hello Quiver, can you do a traditional DWM? I like digital, but traditional drawing is better to look at for me. Yeah, like it's kind of all down to whatever I happen to be working on. Sometimes I'm just working a lot on a tablet, sometimes I go back to the sketchbook, and yeah, that does affect the content that makes up these videos in the background. So more sketchbook, you're saying? We'll see how we go. Our Taser Magnus says, the enthusiasm in your tutorials has made me love art again. Oh, awesome! Awesome, dude. Get back in it. After giving up on it many years ago, thank you for everything you do. Favourite visual moments? You're welcome, by the way. It's a pleasure. The beginning of Ghost in the Shell when I'm manufacturing an android. Yep, strong. The first view of the surface in Gurren Lagann. Yeah, so the very end of the first episode, or is it the beginning of the second episode? I think. And pretty much any action moment in JoJo and non-action moments. Yeah, JoJo's mental. Many of the facial expressions in JoJo and ReZero as well. Nice. I'm taking all of that. Thank you so much. Deza. Control C. Lovely. Leo Coney says, I'm old school. So I remember a scene from Fatal Fury where the animated movie, when Terry Bogard unleashes a power geyser, a power geister, and then Mai the ninja attacks with the elbow to the chest. Or Street Fighter, the animated movie of Ryu power up the fireball. Ah, yeah. Street Fighter, the animated movie, like the artwork in that, or the character art, I should say, is like really, really nice. The rhythm to the combat's really interesting. I really, really like it. And at the very, very end of the movie, if you watch it in English, it all just makes sense. And if you watch it in Japanese, they play the weirdest, most inappropriate sounding song right over the end fight against, you know, Big Chin Mook telekinetic combat? Wait, is there a term for telekinetic combat techniques? Like a telekinetic martial arts series? I don't know if there is. Psycho Buster and Psycho Crusher. There we go. It says Psycho Power Martial Arts. That's what I was looking for. I can't even remember his name. M. Bison, we did it. Okay. We did it, everyone. Let's leave. Tim, know your goddamn business. How are you doing, man? It's called Dinosaurs, I think. Oh, it was. Thank you, dude. And Bowman Naruto says, hands down, my favourite scene in anime visually is the scene right after Later Buddy. You'll definitely know the one when you see it, Mikey. Such surreal composition and lighting completely conveys the mood. Oh, Bowman Naruto, you've given me like a juicy little mystery. So the only clue I've got is Later Buddy, the scene right after that. From what anime? Maybe I've seen it. Is it like a particular episode of like where they're all in space and there's 4 of them? Cowboy Bebop. Jesus Christ. What I need to do is I need to do the recording of these episodes after I eat some breakfast or something, because when I've just got my coffee, and don't worry, this is my second mug of coffee I'm on. I had one without you first to wake up a bit. I've got no brain sugar. I have no idea what's going on. Also, I think it might be early onset, but who knows. Victor SGL says, you had a block with poses? Victor, yes, I did. And all artists have trouble with almost everything at some point. It's the same for me as it is for you guys, don't forget. DJ Chubbs and DR Swag Channel. Oh, what a name. It's DJ Chubbs and DR Swag Channel. All of Gara versus Rock Lee. Fight me. Yeah, we've just talked about it. That's a great one, DJ Rim. Poke Tat says, commit to the logo, Mikey. Commit to the logo. What? Hashtag DWM, hashtag hardcore crew. Awesome. I have no idea what you're saying, unless I've forgotten or missed something, or if I talked about something else. But thank you. Lemon Pie says, not the mama. Well, I don't even know what that refers to, Lemon Pie. And AJ's Drawing Studio says, hey Mikey, hello there AJ. Oh god, you've literally put in there, hey AJ. Previous video, I got an XP pen 15.6 and an open canvas, and I've been experimenting with both. Currently, my favourite animated moment would be, oh, how are you getting on with the XP pen, by the way? Open canvas sounds like some software that I'm not familiar with, so I'd quite like to hear your opinion on both of them, if that's cool. Currently, your favourite moment in anime would be Naruto, when he almost goes full Ninetales, but Yamato stopped him at the last moment. The visuals were amazing in my opinion. Also, major question! Donopen or Tsukaishimasu ka? Oh, fucking hell. Okay, yep. Okay, well done AJ Drawing Studio. You went Japanese, so I'm gonna have a sip of tea, you son of a bitch. So, yeah, I think... I mean, I'm gonna copy that. I remember when Naruto. I remember in my day, you used to get 4 tails come out of Naruto, and you'd be grateful for that. But I do remember, having said that, the original Naruto anime and the manga. I think he went like something like two or 3 tails deep at some point, and then after the whole 3 years interlude, and they come back 2 years interlude. 3 years interlude, and they come back from Shippuden. It's 2 years in One Piece. And then like he goes 4 tails deep when they're fighting against Orochimaru. And I remember then, like, that's the first example where not only does the chakra start to go darker, and he does like that kind of black chakra power beam attack, but like the bones of the fox start to materialize around him a little bit, or something like that. I think that's what happened, and I think it was fucking amazing, if I'm remembering correctly. So yeah, I really like what you've said, AJ's Drawing Studio, but I'm replacing it with my slightly earlier version of the same thing. But I will come back to yours and your suggestion. Blowflexed the Ballistic, or Blosselfexed? I need more vowels in your name, man. I don't have favourite anythings, and on a side note, it's calming to see people that I put on a pedestal also make mistakes and errors to show that we're all human. Oh, thank you very much, dude. Guys, don't put Mikey on a pedestal. You don't want that. Trust me. Like, that's not what you want in life. I'm just another bloke on the art thing. Yeah, absolutely. You do. And this is a thing. Okay, let's go tiny bit sidetracked. So this is a really big thing when you get a lot of YouTubers who are mostly like, you know, they're bloggers and they talk about themselves a lot, and it's kind of a day-to-day, you know, day in the life sort of thing. And PewDiePie and all the big team have talked about all this sort of stuff before. And what you kind of see is like a bit of a, because, you know, you put your best face forward when you're making YouTube videos. You don't want to like go on in, I mean, I probably do it in the DWMs because I don't care about this series. It's got to be like from the hip and from the heart, otherwise there's no point. But you do get like, when people are professionals at this, they're going to show you their best side or want to show you their best life, because it's kind of human nature, but also because from a video point of view, you might not as a viewer want to see like people being miserable. You're not going to really enjoy that, and it's not going to be good content for them to make. But you can get used to it and forget that, and just think that their lives are day-to-day amazing, and you kind of forget there's a normal human being, hopefully, behind all of that. So I remember every now and then there's a wave of thing where it's just like a lot of like vloggers and YouTubers have, through, like most people have, at some point, you know, gone through depression or just had bad shit happen to them. So like you kind of have to be reminded of that sort of thing, and then don't watch their content and then be depressed about your life, because it's not like theirs, because you're getting a very skewed keyhole look into, like, you know, the room that is their lives. Wow, why did I have to use peeping through a keyhole as a metaphor? Anyway, so what I'm kind of getting at is, yeah, when I put artwork up here on the YouTube, you're seeing my best art, my best foot forward, and a lot of that I appreciate isn't necessarily good art in its own right, but just the best that I can do. And yeah, like, because I assume you all know that like I'm just a bloke who makes plenty of mistakes, but if you kind of don't see that, you can kind of forget. So yes, it's probably quite a healthy thing to show you guys a lot of the times that I fail. If there is anybody you want to put on a pedestal, have a look at just other artists on YouTube. There are so many amazing artists on this platform. It is really, really cool. And on Twitch as well, like, it's really cool and interactive there. But yeah, not me. I'm just another guy on the journey. Anyway, let's... Wait, where am I on this list? I've lost it. Bloxford, thank you very much for your comment. Dovis99 says, I can't remember anything specific for the anime visuals, but in general, the Dragon Ball Super last arc was super cool, and Fate's Day Night UBW fights are mental too, and just the Fate series in general is beautiful. Also, Mikey, you should get a bloody mascot. I think there would be a nice addition to the artist. Dovis99. Oh, I do need my version of Door-chan, don't I, or something like that. A bloody mascot. We do have 2 OCs that we've just come up with at the start of the year. I think the mascot might be the mug, which we have kind of almost turned into a Mughead Cuphead style character, but we didn't quite commit to it. So yeah, let me look into that. It's a great idea, and you've reminded me as well to hashtag take a sip. Anyway, Fate. Yeah, you know what? Unlimited Blade Works is, I think, the one that I've seen, and then everybody like. We talked about this a long time ago, but I remember everybody in the comment section was having a go at me because I didn't watch the original anime first, and you must watch the original first and then you're allowed to watch Unlimited Blade Works. So I must watch the original, I know. But Unlimited Blade Works was beautiful. It had so many incredibly beautiful moments to it. Like, I really like that. Even if I didn't massively understand what was going on towards the end, I remember kind of zoning out and watching the fights, but I didn't quite know who was up to what. Tony Bamandaboni? I absolutely loved the scene in Silent Voice where there was a festival and all of the fireworks were going out. Additionally, when there was a scene in the balcony of that night. Tony, thank you. I might not have read that particularly correctly, but I'm going to copy-paste it. Merci beaucoup, monsieur. Stephen DeVoe says the opening fight sequence in Karas for Prophecy, very intense. Holy shit, Stephen DeVoe! Get yourself a can of Coke. You should have a cup of tea, good sir. I don't even remember if this anime is any good or not. But, fuck me, I forgot that thing even existed. So, when I watched that, it kind of felt like you're supposed to already know what's going on. This is the kind of feeling I got out of it. What happens? So there's like a guy and he can... Wait. He turns into a car? It's a bit like Michael Jackson, Moonwalker. He turns into a car... and he can turn into a rocket ship, and he's fighting some monster or a magical demon or something. It's mental, and I remember it visually being really exciting, but I didn't understand any of it, and then I completely forgot that I've even watched it until right now. You've just reminded me about it. Yeah, it's kind of got this guy or something that's a transformer. Oh, I need to watch that again. But yeah, Jesus, Karas of Prophecy. Let me just... Oh my god, I'm not doing that very well. Let me just Control-C that bit better. Great. Thank you. Oh man, wow, flashbacks. Co on the plane says... Is your name Kowon? Or is C-O-W-O-N? Or is your name literally so that it says... like go on a plane, go on a plane. Anyway, my favourite visual scenes in anime. It's difficult, but I'll just say it's every dramatic scene from Cowboy Bebop, or maybe Cowboy Bebop in general. Yeah, I'm going to nod in agreement there. They're just framed like Western films, and you really feel the tension, pain, or sadness. Correct. Pillow Feathers says, does anyone else just sit and listen to Mikey drink down a warm cup of coffee and just hear the wet gulp? Pillow Feathers, I know, right? It is disgusting. I'll give you an example. Oh wait, now I feel like I can't do it because you're watching. It's like going to the toilet in public. So, any professional kind of production would edit out the bits where it's just me drinking tea, because some people get really triggered by like all of those sound effects, like all the... We've talked about this before. I appreciate. And yeah, I don't like hearing the moments when people are eating food and stuff like that. I'll just give you a quick summary. But you know what? Like, I don't edit this series. I literally just take the recording, take the visual bit, try to do a bit of Patreon stuff at the end, intro and outro, and that's it. The only way this series can keep existing is as long as it's completely raw and, like, you know, rough around the edges, and then it's easy for me to do, but that does mean you get some disgusting noises sometimes. In fact, the only time I've ever edited a DWM was back when it was really, really early on. I had a cold at some point. I had a cold for a few episodes, and it was disgusting. I was coughing up and blowing my nose, so I took all of those ones out as well, but that's about it. It's the best you're going to get out of this one. Warpolvy Everywhere says, any given scene from Ghost in the Shell or Redline. Redline is incredible. Oh, it's so good. Guys, if you don't know what Redline is, and by the way, some people, the moment they hear of like, oh fuck, let me try that again. For some people, and I think myself included a little bit, the moment they hear about an anime or a manga is based around a sport, they tend to turn off a little bit, because they're just like, oh, I don't want to watch like a car racing manga or anime. That doesn't interest me. So when people say like Redline is incredible, and someone just looks it up and sees that it's a car race, they think, oh, I'm not interested. Don't let that put you off. And I'm sure most of you are smarter than that to actually give it a go. Redline is fucking incredible, and it's fucking this mental car race and this other mental fucking planet, and all this shit goes down, and there's these like creatures going on, and it's just a visual fucking tour de force. It reminds me, oh my god, I can't remember the name. Does anybody remember this really? And I want to say it's really similar to Redline, except the animation's probably a bit rougher. It's an anime movie. Wait, what the fuck happens in this film? Okay, so does anybody remember an anime where, and what I think happens is like, it's really mental, and there are these two criminals, and they're going around doing some crime and fighting the police or something, or giant robots. It's like incredible. It's all sorts of explosions, and then they get captured and they go to jail, and then they meet a friend who's got a drill for a penis. Like it's weird, and then like I think like the girl gets pregnant or something, and they escape the prison, and all the prisoners are holding on to each other as they're flying about the place, and then the girl gives birth to like some kind of super creature, and the super creature has like an accelerated lifespan, so it only exists for like the last 10 minutes of the film, but it's super powerful or something. God. Okay, that's the real secret question. What I really want to know is, what the hell was that film, guys? Can you help me out? Because I'm 9 out of 10 sure it definitely wasn't a fever dream, and it definitely existed. But the normal question, don't forget, is hot women from films. Who's your hottie? Name your like hottie. It can be a childhood hottie. That's kind of a recap on an old question, but I do want to hear your answers so I can steal all your suggestions. Abdilash Kashayap says, one of the most visually appealing scenes for me is from the anime named Erased. The main character takes his friend to see a certain tree on top of a hill. Thank you very much, Abdilash. Let's Control C. And the Spiral King says, I've always thought the final fight of FMA Brotherhood was really damn good. Spiral King, I have not done Brotherhood, so I've done a little bit of, excuse me burping, a little bit of Full Metal Alchemist, and I know that kind of goes off topic towards the end, so I do want to start it again from Brotherhood, because it's my understanding that oh my god, trigger warning everybody, do you remember, because this is the same in both series I'm pretty sure, but like they, in the really early part of Full Metal Alchemist, they meet the guy he's a really nice guy, and he's got his daughter, and they have a lovely dog, and he's experimenting. And then it gets really fucked up, and she's like, Papa, doshte. It's all like so fucked up. Anyway, I think like somebody told me in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, he does more stuff, or he comes back later or something. Anyway, I'll look it up. Jesse Chillickler says, oh my god, the moment in Jojo's Part 2 finale, where the sun rises on cards for the first time, and he shows himself to have become the perfect being. It gave me the chills. It's so epic and stunning to look at. Oh, Jesse Chillickler. Yeah, oh mate, I'm getting feels for a slightly different moment in the exact same anime. Oh my god, I'm just gonna Control C everything you've said. Jojo's is so fucking good. So Jojo's Part 2, I'll tell you the bit that really fucking did it for me is, oh fuck, what's his name? So I'm just going to really quickly, who is he fighting against? Oh, so I'm not thinking of cars. Okay, let's go to the Pillarmen. I just want to get their names right for once really quickly, guys, so this is why I'm bothering to look it up for once. Jojo Wikia. Oh my god. Oh, they're so fucking colourful. Oh, fuck Jojo's. Okay, quick. Yes, we have to accept cookies now. I get it. What am I even looking for? Okay, so it's AC/DC. Wait, is it SDEF? No, AC/DC fights. Oh, the guy with the fucking... Oh, I've got it completely wrong, everybody. This is what I'm talking about. It's Wamu. Wamu and Caesar, when they fight in Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. The bit at the end where Caesar uses all of his energy to create the last bubble, and Wamu, like, recognizes the final act and, like, the gravitas out of it. And, like, the Pillar Men, like, they come from a society that they're monstrous, but they're not monsters. They're, like, monstrously beyond human capacity, but, like, they are just different creatures. They're not necessarily good or evil. They're just the next tier up. In fact, they're 2 tiers above us evolutionarily, because, you know, there's the vampire stuff for masked men, and then there's the Pillar Men who are a step above that and eat them. But, like, anyway, what I'm getting at is, like, he has a warrior's spirit and a warrior's pride. So, like, Whammer at the end, like, he sees everything, and despite winning the fight, he allows the bubble to remain, and then goes off, and oh my god, I was, like, welling the fuck up so badly. And right now, as I'm talking about it, like, I'm getting a little bit misty-eyed, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, too much sidetracking again. How are we doing for time? Oh, guys, this is one of those episodes that I'm really enjoying reading through, but we're going to have to go into a little bit of speed mode again. We've still got plenty of this episode to go, but I'm just aware that I need to... Oh my god, I'm looking at the scroll bar and I've not barely touched a comment. Okay, let's focus on, guys. Linkazoid says, so hard to choose just one, but Hyoka opening 2 when Shintaro pulls Hotaro out of the glass, and a scene in Your Name where Taki and Mitsuha are on a mountain together, which just happens to be my phone background. Excellent. Thank you, thank you. Lucas Ferrari says, the best scene in anime for me is when Kaneki defeats, torture and kills Jason on Tokyo Ghoul. I've not watched that, but it sounds like it's one of the ending fights. Nice, I will come back to that. Emilius Nesvarabu. Love your name. A very visually beautiful scene was in Kimi no Nawa when Taki switches bodies for Mitsuha for the last time. Before switching, Taki sees Mitsuha's entire life, and it's absolutely amazing. If you can't understand what scene I'm talking about, it's approximately 1 hour into the movie. Emilius, I need to watch that movie. I've not seen it. Thank you. Luke Anderson says, after this character, you should draw Albedo from Overlord. Luke, Albedo's on the suggestions list. Don't you worry, dude. Thank you. And Phoenix Halcyon says, I appreciate you're always sharing your talent and inspiration with us, Mikey. Oh, yeah, no worries, dude. I like to draw. I hope you guys do too. This video puts a smile on my face on a down day. Oh, dude, good. I think we can find some great visual moments in the 6th and final episode of the 1998 Gunbuster OVA. The entire episode was shot in black and white. Wow, what? That's brave. Awesome. Sean Isher says, this is great. I recently liked the scene in Shokugeki no Soma 3rd season Food Wars when Soma and Arena were sitting on the train and the star, sky and lighting was really good. Violet Evergarden has a load of nice scenes too. Shokugeki no Soma, Sean Isher, is one of those anime that people keep telling me I think you'll like it. And when people tell me you should watch this, I think you'll like it. It's either an older person giving me the name of a manga, like, say, it'll be Vagabond or Vinland Saga, because they know that I like this kind of old school element and I like a lot of storytelling. And then there's the other group that say, I think you'll like this, and it basically means it's got, like, boobs in it and it's really, really ecchi. Both of them, by the way, are correct assumptions. So yeah, I've not watched Shokugeki no Soma, but people keep saying it's something that I need to get into. The Trigun Slayer says, I always love your videos and you're such an amazing artist. Thank you for always uploading videos. No worries, a Trigun Slayer, but the trick is I don't always upload videos because we've just come off of another, probably one of the longest hiatuses, because I've had a few before. I've had, like, you know, just time off just so that I stay sane and stuff like that. I think it's good to not always be doing this, as much as I love it, by the way. But yeah, this is one of the longest hiatuses in a while, but it was because I needed to sort stuff more than just I wanted a break. So thank you for saying that, but I do feel guilty, like, taking that enthusiasm from you because my upload schedule's terrible. Hashtag coffee team, need bigger boobies. Spud97, bigger boobies on Yoko Littner? No, I think we drew them large enough. However, the opportunity for those, I mean the highest, this will be a different question for a different episode, so don't answer me right now. But when it comes to the biggest of boobs, there is, what, Tsunade from Naruto. There is, what's her name? The red-headed Shinigami from Bleach, the one who is childhood friends with Jin. And then who else? I mean, Namis aren't that big context-wise in One Piece. I'm thinking about all the main players of anime here. And in fact, that's all I'm going to think about. Otherwise, we'll go on a big sidetrack. So yeah, thanks. Somerset Gear says, hi Mikey. Hello Somerset. My favourite shot from anime in recent memory is any scenery shot from Made in Abyss. The anime is pure art. There's a reason it won Best Anime. Hashtag Hardcore Crew. Lols. Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, I'm well up for some really like sexy scene. Well, not sexy, but beautiful scenery and stuff like that. Sure. The World of Various says, that's what I do. I drink and I know things. Tyrion Lannister, Game of Thrones. That's your quote, Mikey. Or is that a quote for me? Thank you very much. I'm going to take Tyrion's quote. I drink and I know things. I do like that, by the way, and I do love Tyrion. Mikey also, hey, hello dudes. Love the videos. Found you about 3 months ago. Oh, welcome over. And binged almost all of your stuff. I'm a veteran comic artist myself. Oh, awesome. But your tutorials have helped me substantially of more properly emulating manga influences into the art that I create. Hashtag Hardcore Crew. Hashtag Sympathy. Nice one, dude. Caleb Bellis says, great to see a new video. Yeah, thanks, dude. Just been trying to cope with stuff recently whilst keeping up with Boku no Hero, Academia and Darling in the Franxx. Watching E3 is an exciting couple of days and I'm looking forward to some upcoming games. Have you considered doing a tutorial for some of the heavier set characters? Also, Ruby is going to turn into the new Claymore. No. Okay, I understand. No, Caleb, we're safe. This was written before Saturday when I did the finished Yoko Littner fan art piece. But no, it's not going to turn into another Claymore. Basically what it's getting at is for just a character I never quite nail, and I'm always trying to like finish doing it, or people are always trying to remind me to draw her. Like you can see in the last Claymore piece, for those of you who kind of follow along, what I kind of had in mind, and I found it a lot more, sorry, I'm just playing with something over here, and I found it a lot more with the Yoko Littner piece than I did with Claymore, but the Claymore was kind of the first big step in that kind of more painty direction. So thanks for bearing with. Not Mato Rage says, hi Mikey, hello Venot, great videos. Thank you, good sir. In one of your future tutorials requesting that you draw General Esdef from Akame ga Kill. In a tutorial, like the Draw Simple Easy or an actual tutorial? Yes, but she's on the list for a fan art regardless. Oh, by the way, World of Various, was it? Did you ask about bigger characters? I've done a tutorial on thick ladies and also larger girls. I could probably do another fresher one at some point though, absolutely. And oh, that was it as well. It wasn't World of Various, was it Caleb? Anyway, Caleb, also you said that you're just trying to cope with stuff recently. I didn't want to just ignore that part of your sentence. That's why I just had to scroll back to it and just sort of say, yeah, life deals you stuff, mate. I hope you're getting on, basically. Hang out with your friends, do stuff, or work out exactly what list you need to sort out the stuff that needs sorting and do it bit by bit. Baby bites to deal with big issues. N. Lackman says, hey Mikey, hello N. It's my first time commenting. Well, welcome along. I really like your art and tutorials. Have helped me a lot with improving my art skills. Awesome. So many kind like comments going on. I like the show. One of my favourite scenes is probably the upward shot during the intro of Trigun where Vash spins a cylinder of his gun, but this is only one of many. Ah, yeah. Da-na-da, hoo-ah, da-na-da, hoo-ah, dilla-dilla. Oh god, I was really out of tune. Dilla-dilla, da-na-na-da-da-da-dum, dam-da-na-nam, da-na-na-na-na-dum, ba-da-da-dam, da-na-na, ba-da-ba-am. Anyway, yes. Yeah, I know exactly what you're I don't even need to copy that because I know exactly what you're talking about, Luckman. Thank you. Jan Andrew Batista says, hi Mikey, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Not too bad, Jan. It's fairly early for me, but it's going well so far, good sir. How are you doing? My favourite anime visual moments were from the movies Fireworks, Uchikage Hanabi, and The Garden of Words by Makoto Shinkai. Yes. Yes, excellent suggestions. The Fireworks story didn't miss the mark, you continue to say, but very beautiful, delivers a fantasy feel to the movie, whilst The Garden of Worlds has a distinct style that had backgrounds that even I use in my studies till today. Anyway, cheers man. Cheers right back at you for the suggestions. Jay Akai, how are we doing for time? Oh my god. Oh my god. Trust me guys, I'm going to keep going up in this list and copy pasting your suggestions, even if I don't get round to reading your comments. But if you've got anything else like important to say and I don't get to read it out this episode, of course, copy paste it, stick it into the comment section of this video that you're listening to, and with any luck I'll catch it next time around, because there's quite a few comments these days. I don't usually get to do all of them, but I will be reading your suggestions. Red Lion I watched a while ago, and the whole anime is my favourite visual moment now, says Kusava. Also, thanks for the tutorials. No worries, Kusava. Let's go back to J.K. My favourite anime scene is actually the first few seconds of the opening of Soul Eater. This week is a writing week, but last week I grew in drawing by leaps and bounds using your male figure tutorial. Awesome. People forget that I even have male figure tutorials on the channel. I was able to do an outdoor spray work on Canada Day. Oh, Canada Day. But I didn't sell anything. Sucks. Another excellent artist that isn't anime related but I think you'll like is Louis Royo. Been a favourite of mine for over a decade. I think somebody might have mentioned Louis a while ago. It might not have been one of the suggestions I read out last time, but I recognise the name, so I think I have already added him to the list. Thank you, Jay. Almost Nowhere says, when Guts meets a god hand and a whole demonic underworld when he goes to retrieve Griffith from the pond. Almost Nowhere, yes. Yes to pretty much the entirety of that whole thing. It's visually incredible. Right, let's do a bit of scrolling and skipping to make sure we're catching. What I try to do each episode is I kind of mix it up. You can display comments by most popular and you can display them by newest first. So what I do is I do both one or the other from time to time, and sometimes I read from the top and sometimes I read from the bottom and sometimes I read from the middle, just because YouTube tries to decide whose comments are most important, and I want to get a wider range of you guys as much as possible. So I'm just going to skip my way through, see what's going on. Hamongchi Lee says, Mikey, how have you been, good sir? How was the move? PS hashtag hardcore crew. Hamongchi L, you're always around. How are you, dude? Not too bad, thankfully. Oh god, I don't even want to because I don't want me and this fucking house move to be the content of every DWM. Basically, I still have access to the old house. I'm still in it right now. My computer, that one desk that I use, I don't even have any shelves anymore. I've got one tub that's full of peripherals, like my scanner and a hard drive. I'm just looking around my bed. A ring light and a pizza box and a bag of clothes are what are kind of in my room at the moment. Everything's kind of gone. However, the people in charge of his house, the solicitor's, really been dragging his feet. It turns out he'd not done something that he kind of indicated he was doing a long, long time ago. Which means I just get to be here for even longer. So it's kind of really weird because my friends, I've now taken up a room, all my stuff's in their house, except I never moved in, so I'm kind of using them for storage. It's just this really weird in-between thing that's going on at the moment. Thank you very much for asking, Hongchi L. I hope you're doing bloody well, good sir. Let's have a quick scroll. Islab also tells me that sitcom was called Dinosaurs. Believe it or not, you tried to catch every episode. It debuted a year before you graduated high school. Love it. Okay, I love it. Kawaii Cookie, don't think I haven't seen your comment about stabilizers and line arts, because that is a very common topic that comes up for me for digital art that people ask me about, which I will one day turn into a conversation or a tutorial, so we'll come back to that. Scarlet81 really likes my anatomy. Thank you very much. Just scrolling. Joel! Big Guy Light, yes. Wait, what? DBZ plus Fist of the North Star plus Monster Hunter is exactly what we were going for with that character. Mission accomplished. Oh yeah, dude, yeah, you shared your artwork from that dude the other day. Yeah, you know what, mate, I didn't leave it on a tab, but I think I must have favorited it or something by accident, because I was just going through my favorites list to look up a lot of anime suggestions, and then I came back to your picture and I was just like, oh boy, I recognise this, it's from DWM. Anyway, let's keep going up. Oh, Joe, what a fucking essay you have. Joe, basically, I don't have an opportunity to read this during this episode, but you already know that, and you've already talked about it, you know what's going on. So let me just say right now in advance, thank you so much. You've given me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 examples, but each example comes with a bit of explanation and links and stuff. So that is fucking great, Joel. Thank you. I'm just sorry I'm not going to sit here and read through it right now, but believe me to God, I've copied the shit out of that one. Scroll. Okay, let's go up to some higher places. Let's see how far we can go. Tiara Anastasia Chitra says, I don't know why, but I feel like your old styles are better. You know, the Tatsumaki and Lucy second digital fan art. Please don't be offended. Tiara Anastasia, no offense at all. Feedback's welcome as long as you're not full of hate. Dude. Yeah, and this is a thing. It's completely different style, Tiara. and I don't know what the terms are, but somebody else mentioned it like in the comments, so I'm going to go with what they said. Basically, right now I'm kind of developing two different styles. My clean anime style, which is like start off thinking about cel-shaded animation and do those types of characters, like Tatsumaki, like the earlier D times D stuff. And what I'm playing around with at the moment is the painting style, which it involves rendering in a completely different... Oh my goodness, have a little bit there. It involves rendering in a completely different method. So I'm not abandoning one for the other. I'm just trying to explore both and see what they mean to me and like what holds my passion. Scroll. What I'm doing is I'm just trying to keep an eye out for a really clear, brief visual moment kind of sentence, but it turns out you have to read them properly to scroll for them. Okay, let's just scroll right up to the top and wrap up with a little bit of catch up with me, guys. CV drawing etchy. Oh, Mikey, such nice timing. I drew her last week as well. Absolutely, CV. I saw your Yoko Littner sexy version, but safe for work version on the internet. It's on Twitter, I think. And it's great to see you drawing my top tier waifu, aka one of my favourite characters of all time. Awesome. Your style's always a nice mix of realistic, comic, and anime. I like your drawings and sketches of Yoko so much. Thank you very much, CV. Scroll. Oh, game related also told me it was dinosaurs. Thank you so much, guys, for telling me about dinosaurs. What was the thing I couldn't remember just now? Whatever it was, guys, you got to remind me about it. Oh my god. Oh yeah, that anime. That weird anime. And like, I've got this image in my head, right? And the image is like, there's a guy at the front and he's got a big drill face, and then the main character's grabbing onto him, and then the other main character's grabbing onto her, and then there's like, it's like when Naruto fights Sasuke and all of Naruto's shadow clones grab each other's legs and they form like a giant human ladder. It's kind of like that. So there's like this entire prison's worth of people kind of flapping about in the wind, and like they keep getting killed or dying or recaptured from the end, so it's like getting eaten away. What am I thinking of? And maybe there's giant robot. I don't know. It's weird. It's a hell of an anime. That's all I can remember. Wait, was it set on the moon? Was it set on the moon? I can't remember. Anyway, Gorquill Nacho Vidal says, I would totally sex your Yoko fails. Get a beer or two in me and I'm super chub. Gorquill, brilliant. Thank you very much. I think that's exactly where I want to end it. That's perfect. Gore, have yourself a bloody lovely week. Everybody, thank you so much for your suggestions in terms of what makes an excellent visual scene in anime. I've got a nice big fat list here. I am going to be stealing some of your suggestions, but I haven't had a moment to read through. Oh my god, I'm shutting down. So yeah, guys, it's the time of the day where we just say a great big thank you to my patrons on Patreon. If you guys enjoy the my phone again. If you guys enjoy the DWM series, that's absolutely great. And I'm kind of like part of that process, so I am kind of responsible. But there are some other people that are also responsible for it as well. So let's just say a great big thank you to Tom KG, Ezrael DC1, Mizzino, Mad Duck, The Travelling Wolf, Joe R, Garrett C, Ryder2KX, Michael S, Trent H, Gabriel C, Raymond G, Jorgen A, Wes B, Connor M, Julio Felix O, Rob Kamari J, Cache Commando, Grizzly, Matthew G, Simon B, Gareth, Taylor S, Hamong Chi L, Angry Hermit, Thomas C, Johnny Y, Ollie, Garrett, Christian L, Minion715, ICZ, LMA Gamer, Zoe Tabor, I've said it now, Kurt D, Rombly, Fatness, and Zahaki, and Wendell S. Thank you very much, you guys, for all of the support on Patreon, and not to mention, of course, everybody else I haven't mentioned on some slightly lower tiers. People who just turn up and give like $1 or $2 a month. That's fucking amazing, because they're the ones I like to think who can hopefully afford to do that like over a longer period. It's like sustainable. But the guys who throw down larger amounts blows my mind as well. Thank you so much to everybody across the board. Check out Patreon if you're ever curious about all of that stuff, prints of art and alternative things like that. And oh yeah, and that was it as well. I was just like, why do I need to say something? And it is because I need to remember what the question was. Guys, it's an old topic. We've talked about it before. I want to talk about it again. Tell me your hottest women in film. Not porn films, thank you very much. But it can be from modern cinema or old cinema, or just you personally. What was the first woman on screen you fell in love with? I want to take all of your examples. Maybe use that new brush technique that I've got, that texture brush. Maybe do some portraits. I have no idea, but I'm open to suggestions. Guys, have yourselves a bloody lovely week. You are the hardcore crew if you've made it this deep. You know that. Take care.